You know, normally today would be a day of great excitement for the Denver Broncos, the start of training camp tomorrow, and especially this year with the excitement around the team and all of the noise and the hubbub that's going on behind you with our new construction here. But today is a day of sadness for us, and it's a day of terrific sadness, tremendous sadness for the Bowlen family, all of our employees, people around the National Football League, and this region and this community. You all saw the announcement this morning and articles that were written revealing that Mr. Bowlen has Alzheimer's disease. Mr. B is an iconic owner. His winning tradition speaks for itself. The 6 Super Bowl appearances, 2 Lombardi trophies, 300 wins in 30 years. As I said, those statistics bear out and speak for themselves. So does his record of achievement and contribution to the National Football League. The league has grown incredibly since he first bought the team back in 1984, and Pat was a real partner in all of that growth with all of his other partners, but a true leader for Commissioner Rozelle when he first became owner, Commissioner Tagliabue after he took over for Commissioner Rozelle, and then for Roger Goodell, who is now the commissioner. And all of his work as chairman of the broadcast committee and on the broadcast committee, you've all seen what has happened with respect to television in the National Football League. All of his work on the league's labor committee, 27 years of labor peace, not a game missed, and his just general impact in serving as an advisor and a trusted owner to all of those commissioners and his partners, not to mention the work that he does here in the community and has done, he and his family, on behalf of various philanthropic endeavors and of course all the people that love and adore this team. So it's difficult to sit in front of you today and talk about this. Pat wants us to do 2 things, wants the organization to do 2 things. He wants us to win. He's always wanted that, and he'll continue to want that. And he's always wanted everybody here to do things the right way. And, you know, sometimes mistakes are made, and he'd be the first to acknowledge that. And when we make them, we'll correct them, and we'll try not to make them again. I would tell you that one of the things Pat was dear to and understood, as well as any owner, I think, in professional sports, is he recognized the relationship that he had as owner, or that he has as owner, with the fans, and that this is a partnership. This is a public trust, and he serves as a gatekeeper for them. And he recognized that, and he always said that, and you go back and look at some of his quotes about that. And as such, during his tenure up to now, and this will continue moving forward, he's always put all of his resources back into the team to ensure that it could be as competitive as it could be on the field and be as good a corporate citizen as it could possibly be off the field. That's not going to change. None of that's going to change. This is business as it's been going on. And the reason that is because so many people understand what Pat is all about, what Mr. Bowlen is all about, and what his goals were and what his objectives were. And so we're going to carry that forward. And that's everybody. That's everybody in this organization. The organization, the team is in really good stead right now. We have outstanding people making outstanding contributions in the football area. John Elway, since he's come in here in 2011, has brought intelligence, common sense, competitive fire, and a vision for what will make Mr. Bowlen's football team successful year in and year out. John Fox is a trusted leader, an experienced head coach who's doing a great job. He's won 3 straight division titles, and we're happy that he's going to be with us moving forward. We're fortunate to have him. On the business side, everybody understands what Pat wants. Pat wants to be the best at everything, and he wants us to do everything the right way, as I said earlier. And everybody gets that here because of how he has handed that message down, how he has conducted himself, and so everybody knows how they need to conduct themselves moving forward. He obviously can't do what he used to do. He has stepped down completely from his duties. He didn't walk through the door this morning, and that's hard for people. That's really hard for people here. It's really hard for his family. It's really sad. You know, everybody will stand together at the Broncos and the family and the NFL and in this community. There's been an outpouring of support already. I know it will continue. And we'll do right by him. And in turn, he would tell us, you do right by the fans. And you do right by this community. And you do right by the National Football League. And that's what's going to happen. There's a couple things I want to touch on about the future, and I know you'll have some questions, and I'm going to ask you to use some sensitivity when it comes to these questions that you might have, and understand that I may not give you answers that are complete or that you're seeking. Pat developed a plan to keep the Broncos in the Bowlen family as part of his estate plan. He's put the team in a trust, and he has asked me to run it. And I will do that. And this is not about me today, but he asked me to do this, and I stand shoulder to shoulder with everybody in the organization to follow through on what his goals and objectives were. The team is in a trust. It's the Pat Bowlen Trust, and it's Pat Bowlen's team. He's the owner. The trustees are not owners. They're in charge of the trust. Pat Bowlen is the owner. And I don't know if that's technically true or not. I'm not a lawyer. But, you know, that's how I feel, and that's how the family feels, and that's how everybody at the Broncos feels. And I think the community and everybody that loves Pat should hear that. I talked about how hard this has been for the family, and it's been extremely difficult and extremely sad for these kids to see that these children, not kids, children, grown-ups, children, to see that their father can't do what he once did. They love their dad. They love their father. And this is hard for them, and it's hard for Annabelle, and I thought she issued a wonderful statement this morning on behalf of everybody. It's hard for Pat's extended family. His brother John Bowlen has been a trusted partner here, a really good partner for Pat. And, you know, he's got another brother and another sister and grandchildren, and as I just said, everybody loves Pat. And so it's a tough, tough day. Long term, as was stated in the release earlier today, the teams will stay in the Bowlen family, and it is Pat's hope, Mr. Bowlen's hope, that a child will come along, earn the right to sit in his seat and run the team. And that child having spoken with the kids, understands that they will never fill his shoes. But hopefully they can earn the right. No one can fill Pat Bowlen's shoes. But hopefully they'll earn the right to sit in the chair someday. And I know you'll have questions about that, but I ask that you respect this fact, and that is that the family is really dealing with Pat's health, his care, and I can almost guarantee you that there's one person in here who's had a family member or friend that's been afflicted with this disease. And you know what that is like. And so right now, that's what they're coming to grips with. That's what is so agonizing for them. And the future person or child that sits in their father's seat is not in the front or the back of their mind right now. Their father's health and his care and the sadness that goes with the fact that he can't do what he did so well anymore is what is at the front of their minds and occupies their minds and is gut-wrenching for them. So I ask that you respect that with respect to the children. The one final thing I'll say, and then I will open it up to questions, is I know a lot of you here knew about Pat's health condition to some extent, not perhaps to the extent that was revealed today, but knew about that, and you had inquiries and you often asked me or people in the organization, and you may or may not have had some information, and you may have wanted to speculate on your various shows or in your various print articles or whatever, and you showed great respect, and you refrained from doing that, and you showed that for Pat. And I will tell you, I know the family is grateful for that, and they thank you for that.